Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Brightwell alongside April Jauregui, and Coach coming off a 2-1 week at the field house, and boy, they were three good battles for you.
It was. It's kind of been like that all season. That's the story of our year, is that, sometimes we can get a good lead. It's hard for us to maintain it. That's kind of taking that next step from being a good team and then to being, a great team is putting teams away when you have the opportunity.
You mentioned that the midweek match with Tennessee State, it was a 3-2 loss where you won the first two sets, had a pretty good lead there in the third, and you talk about momentum. They just swung the momentum there in the third set.
And that's what we've been talking to our team about, is that there's X's and O's of volleyball, but then there's just confidence, there's demeanor, there's attitude, and you could even see it on Sunday's match. That's all I talked about in the timeout. It wasn't about block here or dig here or swing here. It's just get your shoulders back, get your head up, walk on the court like we're going to win this thing. And at least I saw we took a step in that direction on Sunday, but as a coach and as a player, you want to get some of those games back. Like I just said before the show, we have 4 games that we lost in 5 that, in my opinion, we were the better team and should have won. And that's the difference between 11-10 and 15-6. It's a completely different season. So we're looking to move forward here this weekend for sure.
That's a good point, because matches like that, if you win them, they can create a lot of confidence. But
right.
If you lose too many like that, it puts doubt into your head, and that's the killer in all athletics.
Yeah, and we saw it against Houston. We saw it against Tennessee State. Just that confidence. And at least, like I said, we rebounded back against UConn. And that's just our team this year. We're young in spots. Our offense is still developing. So we know that we can get on runs, but then, we can give up runs too. But, in that game to 5, in that 5th set, it's 0-0, and it's whoever can really make the least amount of errors in that time is going to usually win.
Talk about Friday night. Rutgers comes to town for the first time. Some of the new schools we're seeing in the American Athletic Conference, and a good 3-1 win, and really a good environment. Had a really nice crowd there Friday night.
I was really surprised, actually. We've had great fans all year, so thank you very much. Everyone's coming out to the matches, but it was Memphis Madness Friday. We've been home the last 4 years during Memphis Madness, and usually the crowd dwindles just because people are downtown, obviously, in a great event with the Tiger basketball team. But I was thrilled with the crowd we had, and it was a great environment, and I think our girls felt good to get back on that winning track.
Got up 2-0. They won the third set, came back in the fourth, put them away.
We did, and again, it was just a confidence thing. It doesn't matter. A win is a win. Every match is important in this conference. We know to position ourselves further this season is that we got to go take the teams that are right there in the same tier with us, which is honestly this weekend going to USF and UCF.
Coach, let's talk about Sunday, UConn. It was a match. You got up 2-0. They came back to tie it up at 2-2. And that was really a good gut check time for your squad in the 5th. They came out, got the early points in the short, as we've talked about, that sprint to 15, able to maintain the lead.
Yeah, and UConn is banged up a little bit, so I knew that we would have a great opportunity. We played them the last weekend of the year when we go there, so it's like this is a great chance to get a team that had a couple players out injured. And honestly, we have the advantage all year because we have the worst travel. It's very difficult to come from Temple to here, and we saw it even the weekend before, and it just gives us an advantage of teams that are fatigued and a little bit sluggish coming in, and we did the same thing against Houston. We came out, boom, got those first 2, we split the first 2, but this weekend we came out strong in those, and UConn just kept battling back. They made a lineup change, and we had some trouble stopping them. But again, I'm thrilled with the win. We served aggressive. We had some huge blocks. And really, we've seen some players start to emerge. Like our middle, Alexis Wesley, has just gotten better every single week. I know Lauren Hawkins gets a lot of the accolades.
Right.
But, to see Alexis just continue to get better week in and week out, we know we're going to need that as we go into this stretch of the season.
Sunday, another good event for you. You had the Dig Pink for the breast cancer awareness event. Hedlund Parks came back out, did the first serve, had a lot of the survivors up in the stands.
Yeah, and it's always great to recognize, those have overcome something that takes a lot of lives, unfortunately, and able to raise a little money as well.
Coach, let's talk about this week. You'll go on the road. It's the Florida swing down to South Florida Friday. Then you'll face UCF on Sunday.
Yeah, and South Florida's on the upswing. They had 2 big road wins this weekend at Houston and SMU. They have one of the best outside hitters in the conference who just got Player of the Week. So we know this week we got to kind of focus on that. But honestly, what we've been preaching to our team, it's our side of the ball, is that we're taking some extra rest this week. We're a little banged up as well. And then UCF was picked to finish second in the conference. They struggled this past weekend, so they kind of opened a door where we can see some weaknesses that hopefully we can exploit. We know, again, it's hard to win on the road. Both places usually get great home crowds. So we know we got to bring our game and be rested and focused and ready to go in and start to show where we can push to be for the rest of the season.
Fairly important weekend because you said you'll need to make up some games in the back end, and usually where you've got to make up games is on the road.
Exactly. We had a chance there against Houston, and that's something I told the team. I go, that game could come back and get us because you have a chance to win at home. You're up. We end up dropping that match. Is that you got to make up the game somewhere, and now you're going on the road. You're in that part of the season. You're just a little more tired,
right.
Injured. It's like, but that's part of volleyball. You got 6 weeks. 6 weeks, push as hard as you can because it goes like this. And those seniors on the court want to leave. With the best feeling on the last match of the year.
All right, Coach, best of luck this weekend.
Okay, thank you.
That is head coach April Happiggy. I'm Jeff Brightwell for the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.